Hi everyone, it's June 2, 2021, and you're watching the Awesome 10X Global Market Update. Last night's biggest news is the Chinese three-child policy. Let me read this for you. China is actually allowing a lot of the Chinese to actually have three children. And this is also a big news. China Guangdong is tightening coronavirus measures as the cases are persisting in one province. We're going to read two things. Married Chinese couples released 8 hours ago can have up to three children. China announced this on Monday in a major shift from the existing limit of two after recent data have showed a dramatic decline in births in the world's most populous country. This spurred a strong movement in many Chinese stocks, guys, specifically Alibaba, JD, Pintuotuo, API. So I'm going to show you the exact charts in Hong Kong and in China stocks, specifically in USA. So you could see this gap up in Alibaba from 213 straight to about 220. There was some profit taking here at 219, but definitely this gap up tells us that the market is very bullish. How high will with Alibaba go? We argue that the 320 drop all the way to about 200 is the low. In fact, that was the low in May 13, 205. Definitely anyone trying to buy Alibaba at about $215 or even at about 219, even if they bought last night, would perhaps be selling first here. The first resistance of Alibaba, guys, is 231. You also have resistance here at about $240 or 245. So that would mean approximately about 10 to 15% higher in the next coming months for Alibaba. Now, another strong mover was JD. You're seeing a gap up as well because of that three China baby policy. And this one was a very strong volume mover, $78. Also, after announcing JD's plans to do a spin-off on the JD Logistics IPO, as well as very strong numbers, active users on JD platform is now 500 million people, 500 million Chinese. So definitely this was the lows at about 66, 67 here around during May 14. And this was a higher low at 72. And I'd argue that 79 is going to be a higher low next coming days. This is not going to be a resistance in the first place, but after that, it's just going to go higher. This is already an uptrend, perhaps a V-shaped reversal over the next 6 months as China is going to be played higher and it's going to be higher. So from 2014 to 2020, JD traded between 20 to 32. We argue that this low of about 64 means that in the next 5 years, 2021 to 2025, you're seeing this actually to about $120. So those who are long-term in nature should consider buying more JD and withholding the pressure or the temptation to sell your Chinese names on a 10% pop. Try to sell about 100% higher in the next 3 years. We do see that JD is going to go 20, 30%. The CAGR is very astounding. If you want the deep dive on JD, go to Awesome 10X Inner Circle where we actually cover JD in depth for a 1-hour deep dive. And we have some about 30 minutes just an update here on our Awesome 10X global market updates every day. Now, Pintuotuo, very strong ag tech platform. Just wanted to share that July 14 to 15, they're actually going to share and have panelists in the World Economic Forum on agri-tech, on how we are actually solving, adding with 10 billion mouths to feed. How will we actually address food security? Pintuotuo is addressing this with a lot of innovation in how to help all these farmers and even in investing. They're investing, guys, if my memory is correct, they said $22 billion. I can remember if it was 22 billion yuan. But if it was renminbi, that's about $3 billion, all for agriculture equipment to enhance and increase all the food security needs of Chinese, not necessarily just for Chinese, but for the world. So they want to be the world's top grocer, and looks like we actually saw a definitive bottom here at about $120 in Pintuotuo on the eve of their earnings results. And I'd say that that was a bottom. And with the added pressure of a Chinese three-child policy, we're gonna break pintuatua and go back to about 160 or 180. So you wanna actually buy more pintuatua here about 139 all the way to 132. Of course, the lower the better. If you can buy 130 below, take it. Now, for Chinese policies, take note that other Chinese stocks, very strong mover. This is your Agora. We saw that quadruple bottom and we were noticing high short interest in Agora, spurring us our confidence that it will go back to $60 at the very least. That was 37 here. We do think a 100% rally to $60 is going to happen. And therefore, any dips on Agora here at about 45 will continually be bought. It's going to go higher to 60. Any drops here on June or even July for Agora is going to be bought. JD, Alibaba, Pintuato, Agora, you're going to go higher. Also going to be happening for your NEO and XPeng. Very strong recovery, quite a V-shaped recovery on NEO from about 31 all the way to 42, a 30% rally. There might be some resistances here at about $45. Take note that NEO actually had a secondary placement of NEO at $45, which will actually be a hindrance for now. So there might be substantial sellers at $45. Nonetheless, there will be also substantial buyers here at about $36. So any dips of NEO 36 to 37, definitely there is a strong buying momentum here on NEO. XPEV also, let's discuss, very strong V-shaped recovery. There might be some selling resistance here at 36 to 38, but definitely higher lows is seen for the next coming months at about 28 to 30. I don't think it will retest this 24 area anytime soon. So same thing. What you're seeing actually a lot of buy now, pay later companies going higher, but as Peloton actually successfully fixed the passcode lock feature as well as the reopening themes. So with Peloton refunds on Tread Plus debts, it actually fell from about $65 all the way to $49. We argue this 30% jump was just a mean reversion, but the larger move is actually from $50 all the way to $80. So with the Peloton problem fixed, it's going to go as much as $80. Look at the firm hitting 70 first and then $80 next. So higher moves on your Affirm. People are saying that China was curbing a lot of the airlines. What should they do? We argue that the China Southern, the drop in the last 3 days was actually bought here at about $5.25. And you're actually seeing that the China is actually fixing this COVID problem very much with tightened coronavirus measures. This is actually June 2, so very early. Cities in China's Guangdong have locked down compounds and streets and required negative COVID-19 results for travelers as local health officials are seeking to control the outbreaks. All 10 of China's locally confirmed mainland cases for June 1 were in Guangdong, 7 in the provincial capital Guangzhou, and 3 in nearby Foshan City. Guangdong, China's manufacturing and export hub and biggest province by economic output, has stepped up coronavirus prevention and control efforts since the latest wave of cases struck in late May. Guangzhou reported 41 cases between May 21 and June 1, and Foshan had 6 cases. So this novel coronavirus surge in Guangdong province is getting the world actually scared, but China is trying to prevent the pandemic, and therefore you could see that some of the bulls are actually buying the dips on China Eastern Air, on 1055 China Airlines, China South Air, even 753. So we're actually a contrarian bull here. And we're actually willing to buy the dips on these Chinese airlines as well as your TCOM or 9961. So Trip.com handles all of your recovery play in China when it comes to booking or hotel accommodations. Any dips of Trip.com here at about 300 Kangpe below, or even TCOM in the Chinese, the same thing. Any drop here about 38 or 39 will be a buying entry for the people who are believing in the Chinese resumption of travel. So more ideas for the 3 baby child policy happening in China. Let's talk about the movements, the strong moves that I've seen not only just happened in the Chinese cars, but in the Chinese cars segment. Take note what happened, a V-shaped recovery in Geely Auto from about 17 all the way to 22. You'll see this have a resistance at 23 to 24. That 23 to 24 is similar to the March resistance. So the first rally, in my view, if you're asking how high will this rally go, the rally would stop, in my view, at about March. So the March resistance at about March 15 or March 18, that would be your first resistance. So see a resistance here about 24 on Geely. That also means that your BYD company 1211 might have a resistance somewhere here at about March areas of about $200 or 211. So it's a very strong recovery, but you want to actually pay attention to resistances as well. So far, let's take a look at some SPACs that did very well. SoFi, we argued, actually rallied on the first day. It was your IPOE, right? So it's now officially SoFi, still rallied, but you're about $23. There could be some resistance at 25. Remember that SoFi had a resistance at 25 areas. This is actually not a all-time high sky. There will be resistances at $25 on SoFi. But I'm happy to see that the market can forget about those resistances in the short term. Let's read some news. Okay. Twitter is testing ads on the fleets to catch up on Snapchat and Facebook. So fleets is actually their Instagram stories. It will begin testing ads on disappearing posts featuring fleets as it works to offer more options for advertisers. So far, guys, I like social media companies, and social media ETF is actually SFYF. You could see that they're actually still strong, still trading near all-time highs. So definitely dips on Twitter, Pinterest, Snapchat, Facebook, Google are all buying zones. So I don't see any stop of this movement. Actually, just keep on strong, strength after strength. Now, esports are also very strong. In terms of esports, are of course looking at Activision, Tencent. This is all an uptrend channel for me. So Activision, an uptrend channel. You're seeing Logitech all-time highs, still strong. You're seeing Sony still strong. And when you're seeing Sony, actually, although there's a consolidation here on Sony, I'd say that your Roblox and your Unity will actually be strong. Strength after strength, Roblox is so strong. Any dips this June is likely contained here at 88 and 80. I don't see a strong drop on Roblox, perhaps all-time high movements to continue in the next coming months. So in terms of news, I think the biggest news was really the three-child baby policy. And it's really helpful for a lot of your Chinese stocks, Chinese-centric growth stocks, such as your Starbucks, still gonna go higher. This is a reopening play, but most of the world is actually owning Starbucks. So it's gonna be a strong movement on Starbucks to all-time highs. It's just in agreement with the strong reopening recovery, just as what Yum China is doing here. All-time highs for Yum China, all-time highs for Starbucks. That just tells you that we are definitively in the recovery zone in China, in US, the world. So let me take a look at any questions. Hello from Toronto. What do you think about the AMC stock? Actually, I think what happened with Mudrick Capital, buying it high, it was just a trade for them. I don't think that Mudrick is going to be long-term in nature on it. Therefore, it's still a sell for me. Any rallies about 34 or 36 on Mudrick Capital's AMC movement on the placement, it's a sell for me. AQS was doing well, guys. AQMS rallied last night. And I'd say that this will continue going higher. It bottomed definitively here at about $2.28. So far, 50% recovery already at $3.31. I do see it going to about $4. Those who got in, even at $2.50 and $3, should continue to buy. Any dips will be a buy. Near 3 is still a buy. AQMS, ABML, those are all the recycling theme. This could go higher. ABML could go to 280. On the question of esports, like Real Luck, I do think this is a buying zone here at about 59 cents. While it's low, 70% down, you want to buy more of this. In fact, last night, even electric cars were doing well. Jinko Solar was the first to recover amongst your companies in the Chinese solar department. I'd argue that this 130 is going to rally to about $50, and therefore your Sun Power has leeway to rise back to about the March highs of about $36 or a 76% pop from $20. I'd argue the same thing happening to your Sunrun. A drop here about 37 can rally all the way to about $60. That's an automatic nearing 50-60% move. You've got plenty of opportunities. Even your Chinese retailer Miniso is gonna go recover as part of reopening themes. This $21 is gonna go to 25 near your March highs. So not necessarily 28, but at least 25. So you still guys gotta make 20, 30, 50% on the movements. What are your thoughts on Mudrick? I don't like the short. I do think that the market is gonna go higher. That said, I like the fact that the market is actually selling Mudrick for the AMC. I do think that with Mudrick's going down, in fact, I'll say Playboy is also going down. If these are actually short ideas, yes, I'm bearish on Mudrick. I'm bearish on Playboy. I'm actually bearish on AMC, but it's just that I'm not willing to short it. But if I have it, I'll sell it. What do you think of Apple? Why does it keep on dipping even after strong companies? Actually, Apple is not dipping. Apple is just in a consolidation. Apple has been just sleeping over the last 8 months, since August till June, July. I think 12 months already. Until August, what you'll see with Apple is it's what you call apathy. This is just a desert. You don't do anything here. You buy at 110, you sell at 138. You do nothing in the middle. So Apple is just doing nothing. I'd say that it's called a directionless stock. You don't want to be doing anything with it. Your thoughts on QuantumScape? QuantumScape is just in a very low time right now, but I'd argue this is a buying area. After an 80% drop, QuantumScape, if ever it will drop and break 23, I think the bottom is somewhere at about $10, $11. Nonetheless, I'm not quite sure if you can actually get in at 11. So because of the relative laggardness of QuantumScape, I took some of my QuantumScape out. I got in at 26. I sold it at 26.50, only because I find it a little bit slow. Nonetheless, do I think it's gonna go higher? Yes, the answer is to go higher. It's just that I find other stocks more stronger. I have other stocks stronger. Nokia actually had the news. They won a patent against Daimler. And so Nokia continues strong after strength. Do think that there might be resistances here at 550 and 650. So you might have to sell on good news on Nokia. Is Fastly worth buying back? Actually, Fastly, I haven't been reading the earnings results. I know that it was wrong and weak. So it's not my cup of tea to buy weakness. I don't want to buy Fastly just yet. I think it's going to take some time to really break that 50. There will be resistances here at 58. So if Fastly actually recovers to 58, you'll see a lot of resistance. If the gain is just 20%, Fastly is not my top pick. Actually, my ideas will remain to be the strong names. Let me show to you. Nvidia, I'll continue to buy on dips. Twitter, I'll continue to buy on dips. Disney, I will continue to buy on dips. Shake Shack, yes, if it goes down. So you could see that I have some reopening picks. I'd like to buy some Airbnb, more of that. In terms of weakness, I forgot to say, yeah, Canopy Growth actually fell down last night, down 6% because of bad numbers. Nonetheless, although cannabis is trying to get some profit taking because of weak earnings last night, I'd say that this $22 could have been the bottom for CGC. So I'm looking more to buy on a retest on May 14 on some of weed names. In fact, for ACB, I took some profits last night. But actually, if it ever goes down back to $8, ACB, I'll buy. Tilray, if it goes down here again to about 11, 12, 13, I'll buy there. So I think for weed names, guys, you'll get some trading action. Last question, Tilray, profit taking or start of a super squeeze move? I think Tilray is a 14 to 28 move. So if you're willing to buy more at 15, 16, it's a buy on low, and then you sell. You can sell and trim when it goes up, but definitely I think Tilray is on the way higher, 100% return here. So from about 14 all the way to 28, any dips of Tilray here about 16 or 15 will be a buying area for me. So, but I think last night it was more of a selling day because of CGC. Some of the stocks in cannabis fell down. I'm actually looking to buy the cannabis stocks on a downturn. I'm actually also looking to buy some Beyond Meat and Oatly on a downturn. Think that we've got a profit taking zone last night on Oatly. Maybe I can get it 10% lower here at 23. I'll be a buyer there. And Beyond Meat, if it goes 10% lower here at about 120. Last night I fell to 135. This is where I really want to buy Beyond Meat. If ever I can buy at 120, I will. So I haven't bought Beyond Meat, but it's in my point of view to buy. So I'm looking to buy some Beyond Meat at 120. I'm looking to buy some. It's a restaurant recovery play for me for Beyond Meat, as Beyond Meat is partnered with everyone, may it be Dunkin' Brands, Starbucks, and all of your retailers. So that's it. Looks like there's no more questions. See you again tomorrow, guys. And please remember to also check my Twitter account. You can follow me as Faces Trader. We are actually trying to help all the beginners who wants to build your assets globally. This coming June 12, 2021, join us, register for this event. This is going to be an event 10 a.m. to 12 a.m. Saturday. This is going to include a 1-month subscription wherein you can become a global stock investor under 30 days. We're going to help you from the nitty gritty on why you should invest in the likes of Airbnb, the likes of Neo, the likes of great companies worldwide. So learn how to build long-term wealth, be financially free. It's a 2-hour class and you're getting a 1-month subscription. Is 3,000 peso per person. That's actually inclusive of an automatic entry for a month inside the Awesome 10X Inner Circle, where you can actually join us for classes, join our beginner classes so that we can assist you. And you can actually make 40, 50, 100, 200% gains in the US markets. I didn't study Wish though, but I'm actually looking at Posh. Looks like Posh, I'm willing to get this. So in terms of e-commerce buys, I'm liking Posh and Farfetch. So I'm looking to buy Farfetch even further. On any dips, I'd like to buy Farfetch. So that's it. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.